Hello, Steven.
Johnny, I think that was the wrong clip. This is the debate with Coffeezilla.
Oh, Billy.
We just listened to it 4 seconds ago. Find the joint. We'll circle back to it. Give Johnny time to find that.
Billy, just step in the ring so we can begin. Let's look at the tale of the tape between today's contestants. Fighting in the blue corner is a playground bully from California. Favorite word is boy. Organic reach is only 75,000 subscribers, and his primary defense tactic is making fake phone calls. We have Billie Jean is marketing. Fighting in the red corner, an internet troll from deep in the heart of Texas. Favorite game is herding fake gurus into the slaughterhouse. Organic reach is much bigger at nearly 300,000 subscribers, and his best tactic is letting fake gurus expose themselves. We have Coffeezilla.
What I'm trying to say.
Dates. Well, look at the dates. You posted the shit. This is the third line. We just started,
Billy,
bro.
Billy, we gotta come to a reset here. We gotta come to a reset.
Billy did his best to ruin our hearing so we wouldn't have to hear the abomination of his tactics during this debate. Billy, say a word if you know what you're doing.
I guess you don't. Do you?
The debate started terribly because there was clearly miscommunication between the two of them about what podcast they were doing or if it was live. What confuses me is why Billie Jean would care. You're having a discussion with Coffeezilla and it's going to be posted on YouTube. This dude had more anger in him than Game of Thrones fans after the final episode.
But then here we are. We're doing some other shit, which is fine. But again, that's not what we agreed to. And it is what it is.
He should have been ecstatic to have his face in front of another audience. This is the benefit of collaborations on social media. Very bizarre behavior for someone that is an expert in marketing.
Did I tear you down?
Does anybody know this? Wait, hold on. Want me to read it for you? Does anybody know this boy? In response to the videos you made about me.
Coffeezilla referenced Billie Jean in two separate videos with neither of them being negative towards his reputation or brand. It took me a second viewing to understand why Billie Jean entered this conversation with so much steam, but his animosity is not because of the two references. We'll get to the real reason in a minute.
So I was talking about, some of these guys who are, doing like little fake retirement things. I kind of jabbed about you a little bit, but seriously, it was kind of light stuff. I mean, it's nothing serious.
It was. I agree. Now watch this. I agree with you. It was light.
Now it's time for Billy to make his first eloquent point.
You realize you are behind a computer screen. Only an internet troll would literally think you're saying this to my face. Only an internet troll would do that.
It's clear that Billie Jean's mentor is Dan Pena because only Dan would recommend behaving like this. Everything Coffeezilla said was met with this type of response in round one. If a little miscommunication about a podcast leads to this behavior in Billy, what happens when a client cancels a contract?
That your marketing is cringe.
I will fly you.
Billy is like the annoying guy at a bar in a Cowboys jersey who's about to start a fight. Bet you won't say it to my face. Bet you won't say it to my face. As the guy in the Eagles jersey is literally saying it right in his face. He spends these 18 seconds detailing how he'd fly Steven out for Valentine's Day for a nice romantic getaway with a personal driver, a hotel stay, and a beachfront view.
Your marketing, your retirement, it's cringe.
Bro, your existence is fucking cringe.
This was the first major L for Billy in this debate. One thing that you should never do in a debate is turn to personal attacks. Billy does this consistently throughout the conversation. He is unable to speak with Steven in a mild-mannered tone because his testosterone is peaking higher than the audio waves from his microphone. Ad hominem is a logical fallacy where someone attacks your character as opposed to the points you made. This happens when the opponent is unable to counter the point that you just made because attacking a character trait is much easier. At least I'm not ugly like you, is what you would hear on a school playground. This is similar, and I'm surprised he didn't add that Steven is a boy. There wasn't necessarily points being made in this segment, but Billy couldn't handle the fact that Steven wasn't scared of his quasi-alpha male tactics.
Actually, I got a question for you. How do you get paid?
Real quick.
How do you get paid? How do you get paid? How do you get paid from YouTube? How do you get paid?
Notice how Billy then goes on the attack trying to belittle Steven. This is a bully tactic. You can tell by the tone of his voice. Billy never had plans for a civil discussion.
Do you get paid from YouTube for your videos?
AdSense, bud. AdSense.
So, do you get paid from YouTube for your videos?
Yeah, that's how AdSense works.
Yes, you do. Exactly. So you make videos talking shit about other people so you can make more money. Who the is the scam?
We have now found what I think is the real reason Billy decided to do this debate. He very much hates the idea of Coffeezilla. Numerous references throughout this debate made it clear that he's never watched any of his videos, nor can he comprehend the reason Coffeezilla exists. Billy sees Coffeezilla as a hater, an internet troll that riles up a large fan base to believe all internet marketers are scammers and that no one should pursue business ownership. He's taking a stand against this evil character attacking this industry, and he must be stopped at all costs. He's the white knight fake gurus have been yearning for. Unfortunately for Billy, his terrible debate tactics fell flat and led nearly everyone watching to believe in what Coffeezilla's doing even more. This was a 10-9 round in favor of Coffeezilla.
You guys are a little insecure.
Tell me how I'm a con man. 130,000 students, 75 countries, in fucking 5,000 last 3 years.
Show me in my video.
Motherfucking year. Who the
Christ, Billy.
Billy was never called a con man, and yet he goes on a spree trying to defend himself. What I find hilarious is that he then feels the need to validate himself. At least we found out what's on his Tinder profile. I service 130,000 clients around the world. I'm known in 75 countries, #entrepreneur. I'll yell over you when you disagree with me. And my agency was voted as having the worst microphone equipment in Greater San Diego. My assistant Johnny will pencil you in for a date whenever you are ready.
Calm down. Jesus Christ, Billy, calm down for a second and watch a video. You haven't watched a single one of my videos. You haven't watched a single one of my videos.
You understand that? You get paid off of
You guys are robbing.
And we have the first penis reference. Coffeezilla breaks down advertising and marketing campaigns from fake gurus and wanted to see if Billie Jean fit the stereotype. I was on the podcast when talking about Billie Jean, and we all agreed his ads are entertaining.
Tell you sort of my biggest. Can I tell you my biggest problem with you?
No, because I don't give a
I guess come on the live stream talk. You came to blow out everyone's ears with your mic.
Johnny was too busy finding the clip, so we need to excuse the poor mic quality. This debate was honestly horrendous to watch. Billy had no interest in having a conversation. He wanted to steamroll over Steven, which made him look worse than any fake guru Steven talks about. Billy lost this debate from the start, and he took L after L throughout this entire conversation. What's important in debates is to first understand the audience. Billy was hopefully prepped for this conversation and knew that Coffeezilla's audience is generally going to skew to anti-course sellers. Acting the way he did was an automatic loss, though. The only way to change the opinion of others is to be calm, cool, collected, and present rational decisions such that the audience is forced to consider your position. Additionally, disrespecting the host is the easiest way to have the audience turn against you. I was actually a fan of Billie Jean going into this conversation. I think he's a really savvy marketer. He runs a legitimate business. My guess is he has a lot of satisfied small business owners as customers. But how can you possibly watch this and leave the video with a more positive view of him?
Have you met Ty or Dan?
No.
I know them both.
Great.
Have you ever had a conversation with them?
This was an absolute terrible play by Billie Jean. In a court of law, the jury never meets the accused party. The SEC doesn't have to talk to the leader of a Ponzi scheme to make a decision. You don't have to talk to the fake gurus to know they're advertising a get-rich-quick scheme. What's worse is a lot of these fake gurus don't perceive what they're selling as scams. So if you talk to them, they'll justify their behavior in such a way that they may actually get you to agree that what they're doing isn't that bad. Billy was one of the masterminds behind one of the biggest scams of 2020, the financial freedom movement promoted by Jake Paul. Billy's in this game even though his main marketing business and course selling doesn't use the same get-rich-quick tactics that his industry brothers implement. This is the dumbest point I've seen made in a debate. -2 points for Billy.
Steven, you never even had a conversation with both of them, but you sit here and call them scams.
Billy is in this industry. Part of why he did this is because he's trying to protect the scammy industry he has one foot in. My guess is that he has either worked with or has clients of his programs that qualify as fake gurus. He has financial incentive for channels like mine and Coffeezilla to be shut down. Billy's main criticism is that Coffeezilla makes money talking about other people. The point he misses is that this pushback is needed in this social media world. Coffeezilla sticks mostly to business opportunity courses and advertising from fake gurus. I'm doing my best to broaden the scope of my videos to include all of social media. We both are trying to bring awareness to the tactics these charlatans use. A healthier environment is created when criticism is introduced. If you're a guru, you should want people to talk about you. Guess who doesn't want me and Coffeezilla to make a video on them? Scammers. You know how great it is for content creators to make videos about you? When you're legit or doing good in the world, it's free marketing and exposure. This social media world we live in is run by likes, views, and followers. You know how to get more? People talking about you.
Don't go on a conversation with me. I've had the victims of their courses on my show. Do you think they'd have a conversation with me?
When Steven presents a valid point that refutes something Billy said, Billy immediately goes into bully mode. Notice how he puts his hand up almost like a little kid. Talk to my hand, I can't hear you. And then got louder and spoke over Steven. He did this repeatedly throughout the conversation whenever Steven would make a good point that Billy didn't like. Using bruh, bruh, bruh is just a way to silence Steven's point.
But
Had the victors of their successes? You had the victims, quote unquote, your words. Have you had the victors?
Yeah, like
Have you
a
had the
teacher
thousands of
who's
people?
$20,000 lost $26,000 with Dan Locke.
Have you
right?
had thousands of the success stories, though?
Both Coffeezilla and I set up a search party a year ago for all of the success stories that these gurus have produced, and we have yet to find one. We messaged every LinkedIn user with hashtag high ticket closer in their profile. We created a spreadsheet analyzing income before and after every fake guru course, and we even walked on fire at the Tony Robbins event, and we still haven't been able to find a success story. Billy, we've been trying, buddy, but we just can't find the victors from these courses. Are there success stories? Maybe. But do you know what else has success stories? Pyramid schemes. The 1% of people who get in at the top are success stories for the get-rich-quick system. The fake guru world is the same. Success stories aren't justified when the failure rate is 99% or worse.
Only taking the quote-unquote victims and not talking to the people who have had successes, so you are worse than CNN, Fox, and motherfucking TMZ. That's poison. That's dangerous. That's cancerous.
One solution is to expose these charlatans. There is no other side of the equation. The SEC doesn't listen to these success stories of people who made money in a Ponzi scheme because they don't need to. Even though it may not feel new, social media is brand new in the timeline of world history. The scammy get-rich-quick advertising has been around for decades, and it didn't take long for the fake gurus to start appearing before YouTube videos and in your Instagram feed. We should know by now how to spot charlatans, but clearly we have not learned this skill in school.
You're accusing me of being fake news and CNN and Fox News, and you said you got to do your research before talking. But you come into this conversation so heated, but you don't know what I do. It's clear to me.
I have 17 audio clips of you saying reckless shit that actually hurts people instead of helping.
Tell me what they are.
If a relatively small YouTuber is stopping people from succeeding, then they aren't ready to succeed just yet. Both Coffeezilla and myself exposed the truths about people. If the truth about someone ruins their reputation, then that's not our fault. If their business model can't sustain criticism from a YouTuber, it's not a good business model. This was a topic Billy could have won if he came prepared, but his performance was flatter than Papa Doc's in the final battle against B Rabbit. Coffeezilla's content definitely skews towards all courses are bad and that people just need to read books. There was a lane for Billy to win this if he was adept at debating, but of course, he resorted to out-of-context clips that didn't mean anything. Using these out-of-context clips in a debate on Coffeezilla's channel is the second dumbest tactic I've seen him use. -1 point. These mythical customers Billy speaks about, scared of marketing their business because of a YouTuber, clearly need more mindset books because the 10 they've already read didn't do the trick. I have this round at 10-7 Coffeezilla.
The fact that it's a part of your portfolio, it's a bulk, and that's how you make money, bruh. Like some of your most watched videos are from talking about other people.
Let's start with one thing.
When Billy is acting reasonable, he can actually make good points. I'm guilty of this criticism as well. Talking about people who are successful or have large social media followings leads to revenue from YouTube ads from a lot of clicks. Very true. I'd like to think that what we're doing is valuable to the social media marketplace. We're teaching people how to avoid scammers and fraudsters, which does help people find success. Here's what to look out for so you don't get scammed, and going after people with the biggest followings helps get that message to the most amount of people. The fake entrepreneur world on social media exists within a bubble. No criticism or questioning is allowed. Read mindset books where you think your way to $1 billion. It only works if everyone buys in and believes the BS.
I had questions for you because I genuinely want to know like who you are. You out people your names, like were you bullied in school? Like when did it switch? And like
that was the end of part 1. Part 2, where Billy looks to redeem himself, will be released in 2 days. Thanks for watching.